All right, let's track the tropics with our expert, Jennifer Correa. Unfortunately, we do have something kicking up out there.
It seems like, what are we on R? We keep just working our way down that name list.
We do. So Patty formed out in the northern Atlantic. That's not a concern to us. So the next name basically will be Raphael is coming up, and then Sarah without an H. That's after Raphael. But right now, what we're looking at is potential tropical cyclone number 18, and this would become basically tropical storm Raphael maybe as soon as later today. Now, here's the forecast cone. I do want to point out when it comes to these advisories now, they're going to be coming out an hour earlier because of the time change. So typically they were coming out 5 a.m., then 11 a.m. Well, eventually we'll get the next update around 10 a.m. So here we go. Here's the forecast cone. So Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Western Cuba, all basically in around the path of what's going to be Raphael. Raphael expected eventually, once it gets named, eventually it will continue to strengthen to a Cat 1 as it moves over Western Cuba Wednesday. By Wednesday night to Thursday, it goes into the Gulf of Mexico. It will eventually weaken again, but it could also make that turn more westerly. Now, the thinking is that this is going to stay just west of Florida, so that's good for us, right? This is looking positive for us. But we're still going to stay windy for the next few days. There's also another area to watch for development in the Caribbean as well. It's going to be scattered, so not widespread, not a washout, but some of these showers tomorrow later in the day, for instance, will be on the heavier side rather than those light little sun showers we've been getting. Yeah, so it does have to do with some of that moisture being drawn in because of what's going to eventually be Raphael. It's not named yet. It's a potential tropical cyclone number 18, which is really long to call it that. Eventually it'll be named once it gets into that tropical storm status, which could happen later on this morning or by this afternoon. With that said, humidity is also going to increase, especially throughout midweek. Also, the winds, well, they're just going to stay windy too. Out of the east today, out of the east tomorrow. Now this morning, there's still the chance for a stray shower, but that's the key word, stray. It's very isolated. Tomorrow, later in the afternoon, around 4 o'clock and then through the evening, especially for Palm Beach County and south of that, we'll have some quick moving showers, but these could be bigger and heavier. So that's tomorrow, later in the afternoon on election day. In the morning, it should be quiet. The clouds will increase and then the rain chance will increase. And then Wednesday, we could have a chance for some quick passing gusty showers or storms, but the bulk of the moisture will be surrounded by what eventually will be Raphael as it moves into the Gulf waters by Wednesday night and continues to move over in the Gulf of Mexico throughout Thursday. So you'll notice most of the moisture is going to be drawn in, of course, around the storm, which makes us not quite as wet. So that's why I say it is not a washout, but the humidity will increase. And even though our temperatures will stay about the same into the low mid 80s for those highs almost each and every day, you factor in that humidity, oh, it's going to feel more like summertime once we get into the midweek towards the end of the week. Here's a look at the bus stop forecast this morning. Breezy coast, maybe a light shower along the coast. Otherwise should stay mainly dry, partly to mostly sunny skies this afternoon and windy with highs in the mid 80s. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. It is going to stay windy for the rest of the week.